minute. DTS forever, ho. Thought that we was finished. I'm about to beat the track up like I'm Papa after spinning. Show these niggas I'm the illest, but the hood is going fearless. Fearless, I ain't never been afraid. I always laugh at these actors cause they sweet like lemonade. I've been putting in that work, now a nigga getting paid. Looking like a couple dollars, bitches they wanna holler. Steady popping my collar, got the mind of a scholar. Hot just like a sauna, guns bust like pinatas. Smoking that presidential, good that Obama. Niggas don't want no drama, haters call them piranhas. Eat them like Jeffrey Dahmer. Karma is a motherfucker, no motherfucker is fucking with this motherfucker. You motherfuckers is at your motherfucking biscuit. Risk it all, nigga. Pull up on them like I'm Lonzo. Watch me ball, nigga. Yes, my nigga, don't you know we put in work? All that shit you poppin's only gonna get you hurt. Only a matter of time before you end up in a hearse. So make your reservation for your spot up in the dirt. DTS, my nigga, don't you know we put in work? All that shit you poppin's only gonna get you hurt. Only a matter of time before you.
What's going on, America?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Keepin It Blunt presents
Thirsty Thursday. You know what I'm saying? We'll be bringing you the juice.
Your boy.
You know what I'm saying?
Special guest, your boy, Timbo Slice.
Yes, sir. Timbo.
So what's the proper pronunciation for your last name? Vonbiedenfeld?
Yes, that is correct. Hey, you got it right on the first time. Normal people butcher it really bad.
That's what's up. I've been practicing.
Hey, I appreciate that.
I want to make sure I was saying it right.
Yeah, normally people will butcher it and then they'll just be like, "What'd you say your other name was?" Okay, we're just gonna call you that. So
What's
it's a lot easier.
What's the worst? What's the worst you heard? What's the worst you got?
Somebody put an N in the very beginning. Put an N right after the IE, and so they call me Vonbiedenfeld or something like that.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was real bad. I was like, dude, I don't even have it. There's no N right there. You switched it around, and yeah. When I was in the Marines, they just was like, Vena.
That's what's
They
up.
never even called me by my name.
That's hilarious.
Well, look, let's quick pause for a second. My goodness, thank you for your service. My father was a Marine, or is a Marine. He was in Vietnam.
Okay,
Thank you.
Semper Fi.
Yeah, Semper Fi all the way. I appreciate you, sir.
Oh yeah.
Well, that explains the grit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
some of it.
Some of it. Okay.
Yeah, I grew up in a big city with a lot of cousins, and just kind of found my own way in life. So it was a little grit that I earned.
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah. So man, how long you been fighting for 247, man?
Back in December of 2022.
Okay.
And that was against Colton Musgrove, and that was a banger of a fight. Shout out Colton. We beat each other up. We had a good time. And then afterwards, they were just like, yo, what the hell is your chin made of? I'm like, hard-headed, soft behind. That's what it's made of.
I know that's right.
Well,
My dad used to say that.
I was gonna ask you about that because I got wrote down here like he was suspended. He was suspended for a cut under his left eye after the fight, but they said you lost by decision. Like, what's that about?
Yeah. So like first round of the fight was just me getting pounded on because I had my contacts in, and one of them had slid up and to the right, and the other one just like completely came out. So I thought my eyeballs went crooked, and I was freaking out a little bit, but I was like, all right, look, just make it to the end of the round. You can figure it out from there. Reactive fighting in that first round, and he would clip me and I'd be like, all right, there he is. And I would throw like a counter hook or something like that and just catch him, get him off me, keep the fight going. I'm like, yep, there's the other contact. I can see straight. We're good. The ref comes up. He's like, hey, man, if you keep that up, I'm going to stop the fight. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm good. Let's go. Second round of that fight, man, I could see a little bit clearer. I was able to judge my distance, and so my counter striking is pretty good. I not to my own horn. I feel like my counter striking is pretty good just because I've always fought bigger dudes. You kind of want to hit them while they're trying to hit you. And I was just able to start clipping him, and I catch him in them little short exchanges, catch him with straight rights as he's coming in, kicked his leg from underneath him. And so I started, I won that round. Put a nice little cut underneath his eye.
Oh yeah.
Third round, we're both looking at each other across the cage like, shit, man, we got to do this again. Let's just do it.
Bro, it takes
Yeah,
hard to come out there and fight blind, first of all, because you was going in, you went in there with contacts and then they got fucked up. So
yeah,
you would fight pretty much the first round blind. But hell
yeah. And
yeah,
since then,
a
I've
lot
just
of people would have quit, man. Look for a way out.
oh man, I can't do that. I put myself in there because I want to be there. And it's like no matter what, it doesn't matter the circumstances, how my body feels. Like if I say I'm gonna be in there, I wanted to be in there. Either I wanted to learn a lesson, or I wanted to have a good fight, or I wanted to go out there and just showcase my skills. Either way, I put myself there. I wasn't gonna look
Hell
for a
yeah.
way out.
Hell yeah. True heart of a fighter.
Hmm.
That's what's up, dude.
Yeah.
Much respect. Much
Word.
respect. I know that's
Mhm.
got to
Definitely.
be like, when you're going into a fight, when you're preparing for a fight, how do you wrestle with like the fear of what's the unknown, you know, the outcome? How do you wrestle with
That's a
that?
good question because yeah, a lot of fighters will talk about before they're just so prepared, they focus on what they know their game plan is. I have never really had a game plan. And so going in there is more like I know the first round is going to be a learning experience. It's going to be like, all right, how does this guy fight? What does he want to do? What is he trying to, kind of figure out their game plan? And so that kind of gives me like pre-fight, I don't really think about things. I just kind of feel get loose. I just kind of listen to everything. I enjoy the atmosphere. Like anybody will tell you back in the locker rooms, like I'm not sitting there like zoned in, focused. Like I'm kind of chatting with everybody. I just kind of stay calm. It's is like I said, I want to be in there, so I don't really have to psych myself up to get in there. It's more like sometimes I have to remind myself, like, yo, don't let them take you down again.
Yeah.
Little stuff like that. That's really the preparation for myself is like the things that I know I need to do better from last time, things that I've been working on. Kind of think about those things, and that's how I got that inverted triangle. Was just remembering like I put a lot of hours into my grappling defense, turning it into my own offense. Like off somebody else shooting, put in a guillotine, and I kept trying. He kept popping his head out. That kind
Jump
of
the
sucked.
gilly.
Wore on him. Yeah, jump the
Yeah.
ghillie every time, every single time.
Yeah. But that inverted triangle, man, that shit was smooth, bro. I'd say that's high level jujitsu right there, dog.
That's courtesy of my crew. They're really, really good. My coach, he travels down to Brazil every year. I don't
You
know if he
still
does it
training at
twice a year.
Three Rivers?
Of course, of course. Yep.
Awesome. Awesome.
Um, yeah, my corner and my coach partner, however you want to describe my buddy Denny. He is probably one of the best dudes I've ever rolled with that isn't a black belt. And it's I swear, the only thing that he ever has at a disadvantage is the fact that he doesn't cut weight when he does any kind of tournaments or events or matches or anything like that. So when he weighs in at 165, he steps in the cage at like 166.
Oh yeah. So he's not really cutting much. He's hydrated. He's ready to go.
Yeah, he never cuts weight. So I feel like sometimes he may put himself at a disadvantage for dudes that may cut even just 10 pounds, something like that.
Yeah, because then
You
he's pulling
roll
up
with,
against somebody 175 and
yes, exactly.
yeah.
You roll so many times with people that weigh more than you, it wears on you more than it wears on them.
Yeah, I hear that's how you got your nickname is rolling with somebody bigger than you. You knocked out a 300-pound dude.
Dudes, man, them elbows, brother, them elbows. When they pick you up and take you down, just throw the mugs to the side and right on that soft spot. They'll start seeing the stars.
Hell yeah.
That's dope.
Oh yeah.
How long?
Hell yeah.
What was that? I missed that, so I apologize. I know you briefly told me that earlier, cousin, but what was the time on that? Was it like first round, second round? What was that?
No, he said that was from my research. He said he got a name from a street fight that he
Oh.
knocked out a 300-pound dude, and another dude, a spectator, was like, "Man, that's fucking Timbo Slice right there."
Hey, that's hilarious. That's dope. That's dope.
So the spectator was my roommate Tiana. She gave me that nickname, and her friends like they collectively gave me this nickname. Everybody in their friend group has a nickname. Um, and so she had got into it with somebody, and I at first stepped in between, was like, whoa, whoa. Then I was like, wait a minute, that's not me. That's not us.
Yeah,
Go
fuck
ahead and do
that.
the thing. So they start scrapping. Well, the chick's boyfriend turned around and looked at me, and he swung on me. And I ate it and looked at him. I'm like, what was that? What is going on? And then he squares up and he's like, let's go. I'm like, okay. He's throwing little punches. I'm kind of slipping and popping him with the straight right and left hook. You know, I'm just kind of catching him with a nice little 1-2 combo kind of deal, or 2-3 combo. And he just keeps stepping into it. So I'm like, I'm about to just chin this dude real quick and be done. Well, dude picks me up in the air. Now, I don't know if y'all have ever been like when, like, you know, the feeling when you're a little kid and you get picked up in there and you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
that's what it was, man. I was like, whoa, I am in the air right now. And down I came right on my back, and dude just slammed me. I was wearing glasses. They flew off and got broken. And I'm like, pushed his head to the side. I'll start throwing elbows. Why are we even fighting? He's like, oh, you hit my girl. I'm like, no, you didn't. He's like, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm like, dang, I just made this man say sorry.
That's dope.
Dude was on top of me 1 second. The next second he was a blanket. Next second he's waking up like, why aren't we fighting, man? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can come to that realization when you get fucked up.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Can't wait till I can start using them in my MMA fights. I've been fighting in Pennsylvania. They've got a different kind of rule set. I can't throw head kicks or knees. I can't throw elbows to the head. And those are some of my main weapons.
Yeah, that's limited as fuck.
Yeah, it limits it to the way I see it, it's like an athlete MMA kind of deal. Like, it gives people a chance that, like, they want to do it, but they want to experience. You know, they want to figure out if it's what they really want before they throw them to the wolves and be like, hey, now, you know, you're full contact. Like, they make you wear shin pads, no ground and pound to the head for your first 3 fights. And then when you go into advanced rules, they take away the shin pads and you get the ground and pound. Still no head kicks, still no knees, still no elbows. So, but it's just to protect amateur fighters, give them a chance to learn more than to actually just go out there and get messed up.
Yeah.
And that's nice. Last thing
Yeah,
you want
that
to
is
do.
nice
Last
of
thing you
them.
want to do is, as an amateur, go out on your first fight
There's
and
a
that'd be
lot
your
of
last
people
fight. That would suck.
that think they got it. There's a lot of people that think they got it until they get in there. And it's a whole different world.
Exactly. One of my best friends, we actually became friends after beating each other up. And that was my first time experiencing elbows.
That's how the best friendships start too.
Exactly. Oh man, we've been in so much. Oh my God, we've been in so much since then.
Oh yeah. That's
So,
what's up.
Yeah.
We
I'm sorry.
No, please go ahead.
We actually, after that fight, I actually started, like, he told me that he trains MMA, or he had at the time. This man's could do a full split on a doorway. So he was like, dude, I could see it in your face that because I jumped the ghillie. I jumped the ghillie. He cracked me real good. And that was the first time I'd ever been rocked. And I was like, yo, what? But I took a couple more, started trying to fight back. He got in close and I just jumped the ghillie. I was like, if I ain't got to take any more punches, we're good.
Yeah,
and,
fuck it.
and ended up on my back. He took mount and started dropping elbows. He was like, bro, the first one landed. And you were like, what was that? The second one landed and you were like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of how my fight style is. It's just more like, no, we're going to do something different now. We're going to try this. Oh, this is working. We're doing that now.
You gotta wing it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
So,
fight.
I think
Straight
Cus
up.
was saying you have a background in Muay Thai, right? Is that correct?
No,
I've trained Muay
Taekwondo.
Thai. Yeah, Taekwondo. Got green belt in Taekwondo. Never really took it as far as I wanted to, but in a way, I'm actually kind of glad. It gave me the feel for martial arts, the discipline, the understanding of, like, the technique of turning my hips over with kicks and punches and stuff like that. But Taekwondo is very sport oriented. there's a lot of times when I was training Taekwondo that MMA guys would come in and train for the stand-up and try to, like, if they're going against a guy that trains Taekwondo and does MMA, or even doing kickboxing, like they'd come in to get those different looks. And there'd be a lot of times where I'm like, dude, I'm just throwing side kicks the whole time and not letting him anywhere near me. But it's working. I'm point battle winning, but it's very frustrating for guys like that. So I can understand now why that doesn't work in MMA anymore either, because you start throwing side kicks and they're like, all right, I'm gonna let you throw a side kick, grab it, take your back.
Take you right down.
Mm-hmm.
You guys
So,
training and make your shins harder, you fucking kicking wood and shit?
we never did that in Taekwondo. For like when I started training MMA in Muskegon, and it was at a boxing gym, I was doing the conditioning with, like, I would take drumsticks and kind of like tap on my shins and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just kind of do that soft conditioning. And then I'd see Tony Ferguson videos of him kicking posts, and I'm like, I'm not
Yeah,
doing
that's a wild man.
it. But definitely just kicking the bag a lot, condition, and then, like, I don't know, pain receptors in my brain are not the same. So, like, if I connect, and I did in the last fight, it received that time for sure. I connected with, like, my ankle right on his shin, and I was like, ooh, I did not like that. Threw it again to make sure, and sure enough, I didn't like it. So
Like
yeah, they never talk about that part as much when they're like, dudes want to be fighters and stuff. Conditioning your body to be able to also take
it.
what you're putting out.
That's right.
You know,
It's like two baseball
Yes.
bats, you know? Bang.
yeah,
Somebody's got to
exactly.
be stronger or tougher or more durable, whatever you want to call it. Someone's got to be the one.
Yep.
That's like who was the guy? Who did Burns just fight? I think he broke his arm.
Jack Della Maddalena.
Yeah, he said
that.
man, that boy he said, man, that guy could kick.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he was good. That's a good fight.
Yeah, JDM's a beast. He's coming up. He's one of the tougher new generations of the welterweight class. I like it.
I respect the fact that he's the only person calling out Shavkat right now. Everybody's scared of Shavkat right now.
Yep. The last person to do it wasn't really much of a call. It was just Steven Wonderboy Thompson being like, yeah, I'd fight him. Nobody else will. I'll fight him. And he got choked out. So
Yeah, he got rocked real quick.
He utilizes his taekwondo pretty well though in MMA.
Well, he's karate. And so so the biggest differences I've noticed with karate and taekwondo and transitioning to MMA is the karate style does use their punches more, whereas taekwondo is more of their kicks. There's a lot of spinning movements. There's a lot of just using momentum in the kicks and stuff like that. Whereas, like, you see in Muay Thai, it's just turning in your hips over real quick, sharp angles, stuff like that. In karate, it's the straightforward, straight point A to point B kind of kicks that, kind of like how MVP does. He goes from point A to point B super fast. That's how he fights. And so with Wonder Boy, he's able to also work those angles of his karate. Let's see, I think it was Jorge Masvidal, that fight. He talked about how he used a step off jab, and it was to create an angle with a strike. That's something that karate does pretty well as opposed to, like, taekwondo that kind of uses the angle.
Lyoto Machida used to do that shit really well too.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Lyoto Machida is really
Got
good.
side stance that in and out real fast and fucking just side to side real fast.
Yes. Yep.
Well,
Karate Boys is hard.
Jones uses that side kick. He's nasty, but he catches you on your knees, messes up people's knees.
That oblique kick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Nasty.
a motherfucker right there.
That's nasty.
They were talking about making that strike illegal too.
Yeah, it's not really liked in sparring and training. My first few times sparring with one of my main striking coaches, Payne, I had thrown a couple little oblique kicks to the knees, and he was like, hey, just so you know, because of the risk that those come with, those are kind of a no in sparring. I was like, oh, like, I use them in fights.
Yeah.
Street fights, I mean, there's really no rules. You want to kick
Oh yeah,
somebody's
I'm
knee.
trying to hurt you.
Exactly. So I've kind of strayed away from them since then, just because I don't want to hurt somebody really bad. Like I do consciously think about that even in an MMA fight. Like I really don't want to hurt somebody too bad. Like of course we're gonna go out there and beat each other up, but
Yeah.
I don't want to take you out. I don't want to make it so that you can't go to work the next day or go celebrate or enjoy your night, hang out with your family. Like you got to walk on crutches. I feel bad, man. It's not what I want for you.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I do though. I want to as a fan. You know, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, no offense. You
Yeah,
know,
I get that. No, I get
you know
that. Like one of the
when Cheeto and Sugar was hobbling off, I was like, yeah,
um,
good fight. You know.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So
No, I get it. That's one of the best parts about MMA is as a fan, you can sit there and watch these dudes beat the hell out of each other, and you can be like, "Oh my God, look at that dude's on a stretcher. That dude's face is
Yeah,
rearranged." And you know it was a great fight. And you know those guys enjoyed it too.
heck yeah.
for sure. So what you think would be like your dream fight if you could fight anybody, past or present?
Oh man.
Well, so you're a lightweight, right? That's your what you fighting?
Yes, lightweight, featherweight. So I walk around 165. I
But you just
really
fought a
don't
guy,
cut that much weight to
but you fought a guy that was 300 pounds. So that
Yeah,
question, you could do whatever you want with that question. It's a fantasy question, whatever you
of
want.
course. Okay. Okay. Well, in that case, oh, hmm. Mickey Gall, just because I don't like that dude. I didn't like his
Fucking
cocky
Mickey Gall.
attitude.
That's the dude beat up CM Punk, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because dude, he
Yeah,
was so
God, that's
cocky about beating up a wrestler, and I'm like, bro,
yeah,
I
fuck
hate
that
you.
dude.
Bro, I hate you.
I hate it.
That shit's funny.
Either him or Patty Pimblett, because that'd just be the ultimate. Like we could shit talk so much, and I know he would initiate it, so it would be easy for me to just return it.
Right.
Be like, all right, bet. Call me a sausage. I got a sausage. Fuck
Call me a
you.
Yeah,
Like,
sausage.
he calls everybody a fucking sausage. What the fuck is that all about?
yeah, yeah. So,
I want to see the Moicano fight. I'm excited for that one. That's just gonna be good.
yes. I want to see Moicano do more than just grapple, though. I want to see him throw them hands. I've seen, like,
Yeah,
with Dober, man, he got clipped and was like, mm.
yeah. He wasn't trying to throw hands with Dober, but Patty's striking is not as clean as Dober, so he might go ahead and stand up with Patty a little bit.
That's what happens when a grappler meets a grappler. They usually just strike each other.
Yeah, and Patty's a good grappler, so hopefully that's
Mhm.
what happens.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping for some high level jujitsu in these grappling exchanges. I like the transitions, the attacks, the defense, the sweeps. I love it. I love it when it's
Hell
actually
yeah,
entertaining and they move through stuff.
yeah, for sure.
I think Patty's funny. And so that's why
Mhm.
I mean I think he's a good style. I like to see him fight, but I think he's funny. I think he's definitely
Yeah,
got some
he's a
jokes.
clown.
Like when he was like, what did he say with Tony? He was like, oh,
David Goggins ain't got shit on me. Know what I mean? When I finish Tony, I'll go over to David and say, "Who's gonna carry the boat, son? Who's gonna carry them? Because it's not fucking him, is it?"
he's like, what did he say? What did he say, cousin? Like, oh, what happened to your boy? Who's gonna get the fucking boat now?
Yeah, who's gonna carry the boat? Yeah.
I was like, yo, he's tripping, yo, and that accent, yo, funny, bro, funny. And then
That shit is
chick,
funny as
Cool.
fuck.
and then the chick that be interviewing all of them, she had the hair on. You seen that? You seen that, Tim? She had the hair on like,
Yes.
oh, it was so funny, man.
What's her name?
What's her name, cousin?
Nina or something.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Oh,
talking about?
Nina Drama.
Yeah, that's my
Mhm.
yeah.
This nigga love Nina Drama.
Yeah, that's my future wife. You know what I'm saying?
There we
Keeping
go.
it blunt. You know
It's
what
just funny.
I mean? But yo, can I real quick? I want to share something, and if you don't mind, um, Tim, I would love for you to walk us through this. If that's cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right. Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Can you see it? Everybody can see?
Yeah.
That's my prettier side. No, I'm just kidding.
To his feet, Jerry Poe steps in, brings it back to his feet. Minute and a half left here in the fight. See if we see a sense of urgency from Timbo.
Yeah, if he wants to win this, he's gonna have to start throwing some weather. Throw caution to the wind.
Backed up in the corner here too, which is interesting.
Yeah, he's got to let him go.
Yeah, didn't throw any strikes at all, and then
Oh, he's got an
This is
inverted
crazy.
triangle.
When I first saw this, I was like, what? Oh, get it out of here.
He had it locked in. Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
He's tapping. Oh my goodness.
Oh
What
yeah.
a comeback.
out of nowhere.
Timbo the banger. What an amazing.
Oh, yeah,
what
man.
an amazing comeback.
Almost like he just kind of threw it up there just to see if he could do it and get it, and he did. And was that of Richards being tired and not having the energy to fight it, or what do you think? Let's take a look here.
I think
Hey, that was amazing.
look at this
Takedown.
power. Turns the angle.
Yes.
Here's the
You can
finish.
flow with
Yes.
it.
And
Yeah, look, when he
Richards-
pulls down on that leg and he's
Oh. That's technology for you.
Wow.
Yeah, indeed. No,
spread out. Once your organs are exposed like that, you know that your core isn't. Wow.
Inverted triangle, and that's where one of the first
Timbo
ones
Tools!
that happened. Toby Amata
Yeah.
Hospital happened in Ohio. Back, I think
Heck
it was
yeah.
probably
Yeah, he put
12
him to
years ago.
sleep standing up.
Happened in Dayton.
My man looks tired. He's trash. He's gassed. He's done.
Bro, we were both fucking tired.
Tap out due to inverted triangle
I feel that.
in the right corner. Timbo slice. Timbo.
Yeah, man. Walk us through that. Like, what was like,
Hell yeah.
you know, like, uh-oh. Am I still sharing?
Nah.
No? Okay.
Nah.
No, I'm good. I'm not sharing no more, right? Okay. All right. Yeah, yo. So what was going on in your head, man, when all that was going on? Do you remember? Like in that very moment?
Yeah, I do. I remember that round very clear. The first couple rounds, man, he was just taking me down, taking mount, throwing ground and pound. Like I try to throw it back. I would reverse it every once in a while. I'll try to throw up some submissions when I could, but he was just dominating that. And we get to the end of the second round. I go sit down on the stool. And Denny was like, yo, dog, you got to pull this one out your butt, man. You really got to pull this out the fire. You got to go get this man.
Who's
Like,
Denny? Who's Denny?
You know he's tired. I know you're tired, but you got to do something. Denny is Denny Bingaman. He's my corner. He's my coach. He's my partner. He's my buddy, my friend.
That's what's up, man.
He's the dude. He's the success, the keys to my success, legit. The
That's
keys.
what's up, dog. Shout out Denny.
Yeah, shout out Denny for real. He actually talked me through he talked me through a lot of different position changes and stuff like that. But before the start of that third round, he talked me through everything that I did, damn near. He said, when he shoots for that double leg, don't worry about wrapping his head and getting the guillotine. If you can he's going to wrap your head. Every time he gets on top, he tries to do something, you buck him, he's going to wrap your head, trap and roll. When he does that, his guard is open. Stand up. And when he shoots again, he's going to be tired. Make him get up. Make him come to you because he'll be tired. And then he's going to shoot again. You're going to be ready for it. You know that's all he's going to do. And it was my fault because I just kept going forward and I wasn't throwing hands while I was coming forward. I was just getting taken down as soon as I took a step. And sure enough, he took me down. And I was like, oh, I got frustrated, like literally just started getting mad. And I was like, I can't let this keep going. He was like, he's going to wrap your head. Sure enough, he wrapped my head, trapped and rolled. His guard's open. I stood up. I stepped back. I took like 3-4 steps back. I was like, I'm not even going to let it be no kind of question. Stand up, get up. He stood up. I start coming forward. I'm like, all right, cool. Had him backed up against the cage. I was like, all right, throw that right hand. I went to throw it and he shot. And I was like, left hand, back of the head, push it straight down. He's basically like in my lap kind of deal. But I'm sitting up this time instead of on my back. I'm like, oh, let me try the triangle from this angle. Sure enough, he starts turning into it. I'm like, I got his head, I got his arm. Boom, legs locked. I just grabbed my ankle, pulled it into position, grabbed my other ankles, locked it in so that like my legs couldn't break because he kept breaking every triangle that I would throw. He'd break it, and so this time I locked it down. I grabbed my own leg, and I just start squeezing and flexing my hips in. And he ended up on top of me, and that kind of tightened it up even more because now his body was going over this way, and his head was over this way. And both of them were twisting in opposite directions. And I got the tap, and I'm like, oh my God, I just did it. I did it. Yes.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude.
Best part about that is it was my son's birthday that day too.
Hey, heck
Oh
yeah.
man.
Heck
Happy
yeah.
birthday to him. That was what's
Heck-
up.
Yeah, it
that's
was
a
great. We
memorable
went
one
to
forever.
Cincinnati. Oh yeah, dog. And then I go, got me a little. Oh, shoots. Been sitting on the shelf a little bit, fucking it up. Got me a little. Oh, you can see it. You can't. It doesn't show it.
No.
Got me a
Yeah,
little
what is that?
trophy.
Now you gotta put it
Oh
close.
yeah, I see it. I
What's
see it.
that? A trophy?
That's my
Yeah, the
yeah.
trophy is
That's
like
for my
it's like a
submission of
dude
the
still
year.
fighting.
Hey,
Yep. I
no, bring
can.
it closer. I want to see it.
It's
Oh,
because the background. It's because
because of the
the
background.
background's fucking it up.
That's all good.
This
Submission
shit
of the
is
year,
fire
though. That's
though.
dope. What?
Yeah, that's for that submission of the year.
Heck yeah.
And it
Hell
Well
yeah.
immortalized
deserved.
that day.
Well deserved.
My kid turned 5 that day.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. It
Bro,
was
not
just
everybody
great.
could pull that submission off, bro.
No, definitely. I practice triangles all the time, and that's like because I end up on my back a lot. I'm not a wrestler, so I use my jujitsu defensively, and so I end up on my back a lot. And I'm like, all right, guillotines, triangles, arm bars, whatever I can secure. And triangles, just because I'm like, dudes will keep their head down trying to wrestle me, and I'm like, cool. Now I have your head. All I got to do is throw my leg around and chop down.
Yep.
Now you're off balance. It's so much easier. And you can get triangles and lock them in just to hold them and get an arm bar. I've gotten a body triangle on somebody, and then like I think it's called a executioner's choke. Yeah, you kind of like wrap a north-south grip, like a north-south choke over their neck, but you got a body triangle from their back.
Mm.
That sounds high
And
level.
I've secured a
Check that
couple
one out.
twisters. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff just because like I end up in positions and I'm like, yo, I wonder if I do this, will this work? And then afterwards, my Denny will be like, oh, that's called this. That's actually something that you won't learn as a white belt or until like later on in jujitsu, some stuff that they don't even really teach because it doesn't work all the time. I'm like, well, I get it to work almost every time just because I'm weird, I guess.
Nah, you got the fighter's brain, bro. That's the thing. When you can work on the fly like that, bro. Like I
Mm-hmm.
see that a lot in like fighters like Gary Prohashka and shit
Yeah.
they go in there with no fucking game plan, but you could see like they see little openings as the fight's going on and they'll adjust. And fucking like when he hit Reyes with that spinning elbow,
Mm-hmm.
but I like literally watched him like he backed up out of the clinch and was just like had a realization, like you could see it in his eyes, like, oh shit, he's open. I could just wing that
Yep.
motherfucker. He did and caught him. And like that
Mm-hmm.
thinking on the fly like that, bro, that's just the fighter in you, dog.
That's the fight
Yeah,
IQ,
I love
right?
Yuri
Fight
for that
IQ.
reason. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? Are you have something coming up?
I haven't scheduled anything just because like been sick a lot and injured a lot lately. I'm not a cold weather person. I'm born in Houston, Texas. Grew up in Houston, Texas.
Okay.
So I come up to Michigan and there's this white stuff falling from the sky and the ground is slippery. I'm like,
What?
why? What is this?
Facts.
And it just messes with my
Yeah.
lungs every year.
That sucks. You got to
Is
come
it-
down to Florida, man. We don't never deal with that shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. I would love to. But no, I don't have anything planned right now. I was thinking maybe making a comeback in June in the summer months. And they asked me if I wanted to fight in April, but I really needed to rest. And February to April was only a couple months. That wouldn't give me enough time to rest and get some training in that I like to. I like to give myself a good amount of time to work my cardio just because I'm a lazy body. I like to sit down and play my video games. And I like pizza. So
Good.
I need some time
Good.
just to get my body back into fast action instead of slow resting.
Yeah.
A little more, a little
It's
more,
like riding a
uh,
bike, though, bro.
Oh
a,
yeah.
a little more Speedy Gonzalez and a lot less Slowpoke Rodriguez, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I could dig it.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's cool. So I mean, so
That's what's up, man.
is this something like, are you like passionate to the point where you would like to remove said job and replace said job with full-time training and fighting, or maybe not?
Absolutely. I would love to be able to, instead of spending 10 to 12 hours a day, 5 days a week at a job where somebody else is making the profits, somewhere where I can just make. I'm a simple person. I don't need a lot. Just make enough money to pay my bills, maybe get myself something fancy every once in a while, like a new headset for my video games or some new shoes because I run through them. But I don't need too much. So make enough that I can fight every few months because I enjoy it. It's like a win-win.
Right.
All I got to do is show up to practice, make sure that these sponsors that are helping me out are getting their money's worth, make sure that I'm getting my money's worth. I
Hell
have
yeah.
no no fear in my heart for that kind of stuff. Like I would love to do that.
That's what's up.
It would be hard at first just because there's a lot of things like with not working a full-time job and training full-time, like you gotta, instead of having like the insurance and the stuff like that that you get working for a business, you have to kind of go out there and pay for it yourself.
Right.
And then maybe you have to work a deal with like a landlord or something like, yo, I only get paid in these kind of increments. It's not like a monthly sum or a weekly thing. Like work deals with stuff like that. You got to budget a lot different.
Yeah.
But I feel like it would be worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. To be living your dream, dog, instead of fucking waking up and punching somebody else's clock, you wake up and punch somebody in the face, bro.
Exactly.
That's the
Hey, I like
shit.
that. I like that. I'm keeping that. I'm sorry. We'll keep that one.
It is yours. It is yours.
Hell
Keeping
yeah.
it blunt. I love it.
That's what we do here, man.
Do you ever see yourself? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but do you ever see yourself maybe doing like some kind of bare knuckle anything, MMA or boxing or anything? Because that seems to be very
Oh,
popular
definitely.
right now. Very popular right now.
Right.
There's a dude from Michigan who used to be an MMA fighter. Now he's actually a bare knuckle FC fighter. Esteban Rodriguez. He's got a mohawk.
Esteban
Dude
Rodriguez.
is
I think I
Okay.
know him.
Yeah,
It
he's a
sounds familiar, it
beast,
does.
man.
Esteban.
Yeah. He's opened up a couple of bare knuckle boxing cards and he's actually had some of their fight of the year contenders. He is a G, man.
Hell yeah. And from what I hear, them guys are making like similar to what UFC rookies are making and shit.
Yeah. The owner for BKFC before the Mike Perry versus Rockhold event, he had a fighter meeting and was like, yo, I just want y'all to know, like, I just refinanced my house. I just like did all this stuff to make sure y'all get your money. Like I'm not gonna screw y'all over just because I can't afford something. Like I made
Yeah.
sure I get y'all signed the contract. This is what you're gonna get. He's like, let's have a good time and let's hope for the best. And it actually ended up exploding and giving him more than he had put into it. And they had like really came out of it nicely. Mike Perry talked about that with Ariel Hawani. He was like, yeah, like we we make some pretty good change to go out there and beat each other up like that.
Oh yeah, because them bare knuckle boys be getting fucked up.
Got my faces rearranged just for just for an opening match.
Do you ever see yourself
yeah.
doing something like that, either MMA or just the bare knuckle boxing?
Yeah, I can definitely see myself eventually like experimenting with everything when it comes to martial arts and combat sports. Like I want to get a boxing match in or two. Like I want to see what it's like to just have the hands, and then I want to do kickboxing and Muay Thai to see what it's like to have all the tools of striking. I do want to do more jujitsu matches and wrestling matches and stuff like that to get my grappling sound and test those waters. But BKFC, bare knuckle fighting, that's what I did when I was, I mean, that's street fighting,
That's coming
basically.
up. Hell yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just takes out the possibility of somebody being 300 pounds and wrestling.
Right. Facts.
Like,
what
what
do you?
put me in my, I love it.
Hell yeah. So where do you see yourself maybe like 5-10 years from now?
Pro fighting, man. And if I'm not pro fighting for a major promotion belt, then I have failed myself because that's what I want.
Okay.
I want,
Hell
and
yeah, bro.
I can see that as a possibility, not just like saying that I've got the skills, but I've got a great team behind me that they're hungry for. It's kind of similar to how Sean O'Malley and Tim Welch started, like from humble beginnings to stardom. I feel like I've got a good team that'll help me perfect myself in the same way, give me more avenues than just my striking, even like give me inverted triangles out the wazoo. Like,
Fuck yeah. I love that, bro. I love your loyalty to your team, dog. That shit is like fucking. I love that shit, bro.
Yeah.
yeah, they're great dudes. They beat me up sometimes, but I mean they're supposed to.
That's their job, man.
Right.
Hell yeah.
You have any? You have any?
Shit, man. What's going on?
Do you have any fun like weight cutting stories or any kind of like camp stories that might be a
Ooh.
little crazy? Not crazy, like whatever you want to share, but anything that stands out in your scenario, and maybe not, Random question.
For the weight cut, I mean my first time cutting weight, I had no idea how to do it. And this is for my first fight. I had no idea how to do it. I was only like 161 pounds at the time because I was like not really eating too much. I was eating like ramen noodles and peanut butter crackers.
Oh yeah, I feel that.
But for the weight cut, I put on like 4 pairs of sweatpants, 3 layers of socks, 4 shirts, 2 hoodies, a coat, wrap myself in like a bunch of blankets, and then I just drank hot black coffee all the time.
Hot black coffee.
Yeah.
Wetting from
And
the
so
inside and the
everything,
outside.
yeah, everything just kind of went through and went out. And it was like the slowest weight cut process for 6 pounds I've ever done.
6 pounds.
That shit sounds brutal, bro.
6
I
pounds.
would hate to cut weight.
Yeah.
It sucks.
That's why I'm sitting here interviewing the fighters instead of being a fighter, because I ain't down for that.
So
Yeah.
for some of the people who might be new watching us, Tim, can you explain about weight cutting? Like if someone walks around, let's say someone walks around at 150, that's what they walk around every day.
Mhm.
Why would they want to fight at 130 and cut? Why wouldn't you just fight? You know what I mean? People don't always follow and understand that. They don't. It's because maybe he might think, oh, it's the easier fight because normally I'm heavier, and then a lot of times, like I saw it in the BKFC, the guy was like 20. I guess he, because they have like a window. I guess I don't know. The guy was like, I guess, and then I don't know. He was like 20 pounds heavier. I'm not sure how that really works.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the people out there watching don't really understand how that works. You mind breaking that down if you can? Help us out.
Yes. So weight cutting is one of those things. It's like Joe Rogan said it best. It's legal cheating. It really is, because there's dudes that will cut a very large amount of weight. And most of it is water weight. Some of it is carb weight. Some of it might even be poop weight, just excrement, stuff you don't even really need.
Yeah.
Whatever it is they can get out of their body, the bare minimum of their weight, that is what they're giving to the scale. Now, so for water weight cutting, like dudes can cut, 20 pounds and get that 20 pounds back by the next day.
Oh, wow.
Just by rehydration, just drinking water, Gatorade, Pedialytes. There's a lot of like before weight cuts, maybe you'd be eating a lot of carbs. During the weight cut, you cut out all carbs, all salts, seasoning, stuff like that. Stick to the bare minimum of protein and fats. And then after you're done with your weight cut and you weigh in, the next thing they tell you is like, go ahead and go get them carbs. You want a Twinkie? Go eat a Twinkie. Like load up on your sugars and your carbs.
I heard you
and
could get sick from like
Oh.
trying to rehydrate too quickly and shit like that.
Yup. Well, even cutting too quickly, could be cut too fast and tried to get down to 155 from whatever he was at too quickly.
Yeah.
And
So he pulled out the Tony Ferguson fight.
Yep. When my second or third time cutting, I think it was my third time cutting weight. I actually did it the right way, and like my physique from before the weight cut to after, like I could actually tell, like, oh, I've got muscles there, I've got definition here. Like, whereas like normally I don't have a six pack, I just kind of have a hard stomach, I guess. But
Yeah.
I don't like cut as much weight as some of these dudes to where like maybe like kind of Patty the Pendlet type cuts where
He gets
dudes will
fat.
lose weight.
He gets fat and
Yo,
then
he
gets skinny and
he
then
gets
fat.
literally fat, bro.
Yeah.
He's gonna hurt
And
his
that's
heart, I think.
crazy.
He's gonna hurt his heart.
Yeah, that's gonna affect him. That's why he takes so long to fight, is because he does it in a way that won't kill him, but it is killing him.
Yeah, slowly.
Weight cuts are dangerous. That's why I really don't like to. I really haven't liked to cut weight. Really and truly, like I walk around 165. I'll cut that 10 pounds. That's a gallon of
Cut
water.
as little as possible.
Yeah, and so however, with that weight cuts, like I said, other people are cutting 20, 30, 40, 50. You don't know. These dudes are big,
Yeah.
fighting at these
Yo,
smaller
fucking
weight classes.
Alex Pereira used to fucking get down to 185, bro.
Walking
That's a
around at
fucking beast.
246.
That's
Yes,
crazy.
At 242?
60 pounds. Or yeah, 242. Yep.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize that.
Yeah, he's a heavyweight fighting that middleweight.
That's crazy, bro. Bully. That's a
Mhm.
weight bully right there. That's
That
a
sound
weight
like-
bully.
What's the brother's name that fought Adesanya? He also fought Strickland. Cormier. He's fought like
Cannonier.
Cannoneer.
He felt like
Yes.
heavyweight, light heavyweight, like I think middleweight,
Mhm.
all of it.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
see
he
though
was
with
big.
Cannoneer. Yeah, you can see with Cannoneer, like it was definitely a physique change though. It wasn't like he was killing himself. Like, I feel like he is a natural middleweight now as compared to when he was like a bigger dude. Like he lost a lot of weight and is now more defined, more toned. Like he cut out a lot of
Yeah.
fat, basically.
Right,
And
right.
that's legit
Oh,
what
yeah.
he did. So, now for him, maybe he used to, but that's the same with Joaquin Buckley. He was fighting at 185 and he's like, that wasn't me disciplined. That wasn't me like sticking to my diets, and I was cheating myself. So I'm back to 170. I feel better.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
You got to fight at
Diet's a big
your
thing.
prime weight. Like,
Mhm.
you fucking out here eating Twinkies and shit before the fight. That ain't gonna cut it.
No, for sure. And that's why I did a catch weight at 150 to see what it would feel like to go a little bit lower and kind of test those waters. And it sucked. It went all right, but it sucked. And everybody was like, the first time sucks, bro. You'll be better next time, especially because I didn't do it right. I kind of forced a lot of it. And like I still made weight. I'm never missing weight. But it just sucked a little bit more. And I know next time I'll have to be a lot more disciplined to myself to make that weight, to make it to the next to 145 if I want to, or 155 even. I want to do it right so that I'm actually able to be healthy. 'Cause like I said, dudes will force it, try to cut too fast. And there's some guys that are maybe I think Sean O'Malley, he does like 140 something fight week. It's not a big cut. It's the same cut that I do from 165 to 155 basically.
Yeah.
But that's all water weight. And so he's able to just rehydrate and get it all back. It's not like like Aljo was doing, cutting from 175 down to 135,
40.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's like letting go of my kid or something, like 40 pounds.
Yeah.
For
yeah.
real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you think that's not a lot? You pick up a 40-pound dumbbell, bro. That shit's heavy.
Yeah. And run around with it. And you understand
that's a fucking lot.
that's why dudes cut the weight so that they can, they're a little bit lighter in the cage than normal. And also some of these guys, like the difference between Aljo and Sean was like Sean cuts from 155 to 35. It's 20 pounds as opposed to 40. That's a lot more of an advantage for Aljamain, who is a wrestler,
Got all
those
that weight
kinds
to
of
throw on you.
exchanges. Yeah, and that's what really pushes me to 145 is like I am not a grappler. So if I want to have any kind of like fairness, and I kind of got to go fight somebody that also walks around 165 and cuts to 145. Sucks, but
Yeah.
it's just a little bit more discipline on me.
That's like when Connor first.
Might be an advantage to you too.
Mm-hmm.
That's like when Connor first, well, not first came out, but I mean, when I first started tuning in and watching some of his earlier fights, man, he was so little and looked so, to me,
Yo, he's
undernourished.
cut to a skeleton, bro.
Yeah, I was like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
who's the Irish crackhead? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on?
Yeah,
That
basically.
word.
At first,
Yes.
respectfully though, I know who he is now, and everything, but back then though, it's like, and like I just seen this. I was watching BKFC Canada, and these two dudes were banging, but they were like the one guy looked sick, man. Like he was like 6 foot, like at
Mm-hmm.
140 or something like that. I can't remember 140, 140, 150, something like that. But he was like a twig. He just didn't look right, man. His head was bald. I'm like, bro, and he got
That's a
knocked
skeleton.
out too. He got knocked out. I mean, the other guy looked the same way. He looked skinny too, and but he had a beard. The other guy was all bald. He looked sick, man. But they do it, I guess, for the same reason, right? He wanted to move lighter, be easier on his feet, and get
Yeah.
out of angles or whatever, I guess, right? That's the thought process. That's cool.
You going in and out a little bit. I couldn't really understand what you were saying.
Oh, I cut out. I'm sorry, y'all. That's probably
Oh, did we lose him?
you lost.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
You
Yeah,
lost
you cut
me.
out. You cut out.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Nah, you good. You back. You back. Yeah, you back.
And we're back, America. And the world. And the world. Don't forget the world.
But anyway, fucking going on in the world of MMA and shit, bro. How you feel about? You think Bo Nickel deserves a main event spot on 300?
No, just because he's unranked. I feel like that was a little bit unfair of some of the other fighters on there, especially Yuri Prohaska, man.
I was just about to say that they got Yuri Prohaska on the fucking prelims, dog.
Ah,
They
yeah.
got
I can
fucking Cody
understand
Garbrandt versus Davison
Figueredo.
Figueredo too.
Yep.
2 ex-champions, bro.
Exactly. So you got champions on the prelims and a guy with less than 10 pro MMA fights on the main card.
He
don't
said
know.
he was like that he knows that he sells tickets. That the UFC knows that he sells tickets and people will pay to see him fight. So if they put him on the prelims, he was like, if they wanted people to see me, like I was an unknown fighter, then they would put me on the prelims for exposure. But they know I sell fucking tickets. So I'm getting on the main event. So I get that defense a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. But is it possible for them to have made the main event longer? I don't know how like with Pennsylvania rules, they only allow so many fights for a fight card. So I don't know if like the UFC being the premier MMA promotion has those same restrictions, and if they have like restrictions on how many they can have on a main event, like I could see him opening a main event. Maybe that'd be kind of cool, you know, opening the main
Yeah.
card. But over Yuri, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought the same thing, bro. I thought the same. I feel the same way, bro. I don't know. I feel his defense, but at the same time, as a spectator, you know, I'm like, come on, dog. Like these people put in a lot of work for your company for you to be putting them on the
Mhm,
prelims and then fucking holding Bo Nickel up to a fucking like a
mhm.
that's like the newborn baby. You got like three other kids, and you're like, fuck them kids.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, like I said, the Yuri one, Cody Garbrandt one, those just confuse me a little bit because, like I said, these guys are champions, ex-champions. And you got them on the prelims underneath Bo Nickel. I get the ticket sales thing, of course, I get that. And I mean, you
Yeah,
already got a Brazilian fighter, you got American fighters. You know, you've got your mix bag of like where you're getting your pay-per-views from in that sense. I feel like people would have still bought the pay-per-view the
of
same
course, it's
amount,
UFC,
even
it's UFC
maybe like
300.
Yeah, there's
yeah.
so many other bangers on there. You crazy? Heck yeah.
Mhm.
Heck that yeah, that still would have been a sold out
I'm
spot.
excited.
And at this
Mhm.
point, it doesn't even matter the order, bro. The whole fucking
Yeah,
card from front to back is crazy.
it is definitely stacked. I'm excited for that light heavyweight matchup. Jamal Hill, he's from out here in Michigan, so that'll be interesting to see. He go out there and starch Poetan and come back. Oh
Bro, a
man,
lot of people think he can't bang with Alex, bro. I think he can.
I know he can. I know he can.
I was saying that in one of our previous episodes. I'm like, bro, everybody's sleeping on that main event, dog. They was bitching about it, but it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight.
Jamal Hill, I feel like he's got more of a chin than some of these other dudes, especially with it not being a cut down to 185. I feel like both of them are going to have a good chin, and they both going to put on a nice little striking showcase.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good ass main event.
Mm-hmm.
What? Who do you think is
Yo,
gonna
who do you
win?
think is gonna win between Holloway and Gaethje?
Gaethje. I got money on
Oh
Gaethje.
man,
Hell nah, boy. Holloway all day.
it's hard to say, but I'd have to lean towards Holloway just because of his style. It's a nice pairing for Gaethje, like
Yeah,
as opposed to where everybody else tries to ring his bell and knock him out because they know he gets on chicken legs. You're gonna stand there in the fire with a guy that plays with fire, or you could be
exactly.
like Max, the dude who knows how to dance around the fire.
I think Justin Gaethje is gonna try to keep up with Max's volume and tire
Mm-hmm.
himself out.
Mm-hmm. That could be. I don't know how much. I don't know how much Gaethje cuts to 155. I think he's another one of those people that doesn't cut a lot of weight. He's a very durable fighter, and so like even if he is dead tired, he's still gonna throw him.
Yeah, he still be winging them shit. But Max is so
Mm-hmm.
continuous, continuous,
Yep.
continuous, continuous. And then when you think he backed up and you got a minute to breathe, soon as you inhale, you're getting cracked again. Like that
Mm-hmm.
shit. He's so fucking consistent and continuous. I feel like Justin Gaethje is gonna try to match that, and he's gonna gas first because that's what Max does.
Yep. That's gonna be what's different than the Gaethje and Fiziev fight, where like Fiziev started fading in the later rounds because he had just put so much pressure on him in the first couple rounds. The Gaethje, like in that second round, was able to kind of turn around the momentum and start cracking him back. And then in that third
Yeah,
round, cracked him back, he got his own takedown and was able to win the fight. With a guy like Holloway, man, if you're not taking him down, if you're not doing something to stop his movement, like good luck because the man, like you said, the output alone, like you're gonna be keeping up with like the every jab and straight that you can think of. And then as you're trying to move away, he's like, all right, cool. Now I just got a breath to go throw 100 more jabs and straights at you, throw a couple hooks in
hell
there, a
yeah.
couple uppercuts. Just made you miss and hit you in the face again. Now you can't breathe because I just broke your nose. Holloway's a beast. Gaethje's got those
Yeah.
leg kicks though.
And that's an man, that's another thing, bro. And Max Holloway got skinny legs.
Mhm. Yup. Gaethje is known to like what he did to Poirier's leg, man. He's known to make those leg kicks really pay a toll on you and slow you down. And just because he's so durable, I think he could just, if he wanted to, I feel like he could just kind of curl up and just come on in, throw a nice little short hook whenever he feels. I don't know if he'll drop him. I don't think he will. He
Oh no,
definitely make him
those
take a step back.
one of the best chins in MMA.
Mhm. Hey,
Boy,
I love
Max,
his hard
man.
chins.
I think Justin sleeps him or submits him, one of the two. I like both competitors, but
Ooh,
Hell nah. Hell
Justin by
nah.
submission?
mhm.
I'm biased because Max Holloway is my favorite fighter, so I'm like, fuck that.
Okay. Okay. See, I grew up with Max. I grew up with the Korean Zombie. The 145 division was my favorite division growing up.
Hell
So
yeah, that
like
shit's
Cub
always been
Swanson,
fireworks.
Jose. Yup.
Explosive,
Always.
agile, very exciting fights, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
My
I always like the
Yo.
fast guys, the smaller fast guys.
one of my favorites is Demetrius Johnson. I like watching him fight.
Hell
That
yeah.
dude. Oh my
Oh,
God.
one of the goats, bro. One of the
Did you
goats.
see Tim? Did you see?
It's
I
still
think
different.
because I think you saw it, but Tim, did you see him? He beat he just a few months back he beat 100 people or something like that in Brazilian
Yo,
Jiu-Jitsu.
if
What?
Bro,
oh yeah, in the
can you
tournament,
imagine?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Can you imagine walking in? You don't know who's gonna
No.
be there, and all of a sudden you're like, here's your name. You're like, here's my name. You're like, Mighty Mouse. No, I'm not gonna win. I'm about to just go home. Fucking Mighty Mouse, bro. Like, I'm out. Like, a few of the fights, a few of the matches. I'm telling you, they were like fanboys. As soon as they got beat, it was like, take my picture, please, Heck yeah. Just got submitted by the best, bro. Heck yeah.
That's me as fuck.
Heck yeah.
Wouldn't even be
Like,
mad.
yeah,
Like,
Mighty
oh, he
Mouse just
just,
gave me a black eye, dog.
yeah.
Right. Who'd be
I'm
mad?
never washing my face again.
Right. I'd be like, sign. I'd be like, you. Let me see. It was this vein you cut off, right? Yeah. Sign right here. Sign right there. You know what I mean? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, bro.
Yes.
I would
I
love to.
would
Yo,
fanboy too.
Yeah, me too, bro. I'd love to get
if
smacked with that
Mighty
Mighty
Mouse
ass.
and
That'd be
John
cool,
Jones,
man.
check this out, yo. If Mighty Mouse and John Jones are the same size, who wins that fight?
Mighty Mouse.
You think so?
Yeah. I like
I think so just because of
IQ.
John's style is, as the years have gone by, I've started noticing it's gotten a lot less risky. It's gotten a lot less
Yeah.
risky. And you can see that it's starting to get picked apart. Like, of course, against like Cyril Gahn, of course, he's going to use his wrestling. Why wouldn't he? And Cyril Gahn has zero wrestling.
Yeah.
But for a dude like DJ, who's as well-rounded, like he's so well-rounded, it's ungodly.
It
He
is.
is one of my favorite goats. He's just so good at everything. And that, with his size, he's also able to keep up a nice pace himself too. And you see he's disciplined. He keeps his hands up. He keeps his hips underneath him. He reads his opponent's movements and actions. His last fight with Adriano Moraes, you could see the whole fight. He would make adjustments. Like Adriano would try to do something and he'd be like, no. And then the next time he would do the same thing, he'd already have the answer for him.
Yep.
He'd already
We
be
got a counter
picking it
ready
apart.
for him.
Yup. And he's still doing that at his age, at masterclassing people, not just dominating one aspect of it. He's masterclassing everything: the clinch, the striking, the ground, the wrestling, the takedowns, everything. He's just so good. That's why I feel like if John Jones and DJ were the same size, DJ.
I feel that. I just the only thing that for me is that I've seen DJ lose. I've never seen John Jones lose.
Yeah, that part. I've never seen John get knocked out. I've seen DJ get slumped.
Yeah. So yeah, that still rings in my mind like who's a real winner at heart? Like, all right, I can't question like whether he's a true martial artist, because of course he's one of the greatest martial artists ever. You know what I'm saying? But like there's a different like fucking there's a difference between like Kobe and LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
LeBron might be the GOAT. He's the most fucking best scorer, whatever. But who got that real fucking winner spark? That dog
Mhm.
in him.
That
So,
Mamba,
like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I feel
Yeah.
like that goes to
Black
John
Mamba.
Jones. In that conversation, that goes to John Jones. And that goes a long fucking way in the ring.
Yeah, that's why he's a lot of people's
Sure.
GOAT is because of that grit.
That's a good
Yeah,
argument.
hell yeah.
That's a
I
good
think it
argument.
was the Gustafsson fight. That one was a toss up for me because I felt like it could have gone either way. Like I see rewatching the fight years later, like I see how it went John's way, but just to see how Gustafsson was giving it to him was like, whoa.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
he
He was. And that
was-
was back in the day when you had to like really beat the champ to win the decision.
yeah,
Like now
yep,
they're
and
giving
that's why
away
I said
decisions like fucking candy. Like,
yeah, yeah, it's going the
but
wrong way a lot. That's
back then you
judges'
really
fault.
had to fucking beat the champ to win that decision. I can't believe fucking GSP won a decision because over Johnny Hendricks.
Yep. That was one of the controversial ones. People talk about robberies and decisions. Um, I've always had the mindset of if it goes to decision, I'm probably gonna lose.
Right.
So we're going for a finish. We're going out there to
Hell
fight.
yeah.
I'm going out there, put my chin straight out there. Like you're gonna reach for it, and I'm gonna teach you for it. And hopefully it works in my favor. If it doesn't, well, I mean, chin's still uncracked 20 plus years later. So I mean,
Hell yeah.
So let me just pivot for a second, fellas.
it's never boring.
Let's pivot for a second, real quick. Back to the juice, Thirsty Thursdays. What's up with Sean? What's up with Sean Strickland, man? What's up with his mental health? You heard about that? You seen that?
What's going on
Mm.
with him?
He was in the car.
Nah, what's going on? Enlighten me.
He was having a whole rant in the car. About how, basically he wants to hurt people. He's having a hard time with like walking day-to-day life without wanting to kill people.
Yo, something's wrong with that nigga on that
And
shit, bro.
yeah, and even Mike Perry reached out to him and said, listen, you got to calm down that bloodthirst. He said, stop sparring as much. He said, you need to like take a break from it so that way you can calm down the bloodthirst because he's out of control. I mean, people were trying to reach out to him, but he does this, then he goes and talks about everybody else, and then he comes back, and I think he got some issues, and I think he needs to address them fast before he does kill somebody or hurt somebody. He said in that video, well,
Yeah, he's gonna end up on the news. He's gonna end up on the news one day, bro.
yeah, because he said in the video while he was recording,
Well, he talks about
he said that he woke up and then he immediately turned to his woman and was like, baby, I just don't feel right. Like I really feel like I need to be like away. And they need to put me away. So that's wild.
He's
he
tripping.
talked about the fight with Izzy. He was like, guys, I should probably use my wrestling, but I'll probably go out here and get CTE for you all. He's probably one of the best wrestlers that I know not to use his wrestling at all.
Yeah, bro, he does not.
And
Why?
so you think that's how he spars. He spars that way.
Because he
he's
wants to
got
go out
a
there and
lot.
fucking bang. He wants to go out there and have a war. He doesn't want to go out
Yeah.
there and fucking have a hug fest.
Crotch sniff.
Yeah.
That's how he looks at it.
Yeah.
That's how he looks at it. I respect the grapplers, bro. I do. I really do.
I respect it all.
But you know what I'm saying?
No,
Yeah,
definitely it
he be
could be a
trying not to do that.
little pinch of CTE.
What's that? CTE. What's that?
Yeah.
That's the brain fucking thing that happens after you've been taking too many concussions and shit.
Yeah. I can't remember the full word or the words, but
But they can't
basically it's just
diagnose
brain
you
damage.
until you're dead.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Because they
there
gotta
are
cut your
football
brain
players.
open.
Ooh.
Football players that have committed suicide have shot themselves in the heart instead of the head so that their brain could be studied.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy.
Mhm.
Wow.
That's how deep CTE can be, to the point that you don't even like love yourself anymore, and you just want to die because you don't have any other answer. Your brain is just giving you so much of something that shouldn't be. Like Sean's saying, the anger, the bloodthirst, like it can be real.
Fucking Chris Benoit, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
This is crazy. Your fucking headbutts off the top rope every day. We're fucking like that's just gotta take a toll on you.
It does. You think you're rocking your brain every time you take a hit. Your brain is literally getting jolted.
Hell
So
yeah.
that's got to do something to the nerves, the memory, what is working, what isn't.
That's wild, dude. That's scary. I know. I think like Thug Rose. I remember. I forget what fight it was, but it was that particular fight. I forget what fight it was. It was like a couple years ago, but it was that particular fight that like changed her because she got scared because she was like, "Yo, it finally hit her. I could die.
Mhm.
Hello, hello, you're fighting, yeah." And it
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
finally hit her. And she took a little time off too, because she was like scared. And then she slowly got back in and she was able to overcome like I guess that fear or whatever. But
Yeah.
that happened. That's wild when you think
I
about
hope nobody ever dies in the ring, bro. That shit, this sport is gonna take a fucking major dive if somebody dies in the ring, bro. They're gonna start banning hella fucking shit.
Yeah. MMA is definitely it's not even legal in certain countries. So like boxing is pretty much legal everywhere, but MMA is so dangerous because of mixing all the martial arts. It's
Yeah.
it's dangerous, but it is modern day gladiators. It is the ultimate test of a human being. Like give them
I
everything that
say the
they
same thing, bro. That's why I love the sport so much, bro. It's the ultimate test of a man, like to strip us away of everything, bro. And it's just me and you. Who the fuck is the better man? Like, what's up?
Mm-hmm. I love it. That's
Hell
why it's
yeah.
my
I love it.
passion.
I
no.
feel like it should be like if I could beat you up, I should be able to take your house. What the fuck you gonna do about it?
Yes.
But then they
No,
have the
that
guns and shit and all, you know what I'm
I've
saying?
always said, man, it should be president should be the dude that has the best hands.
Straight up, dog.
Send them out there.
Somebody.
Right,
Your
bro.
president. That's how the elections work. Everybody got to do
All right.
a
If I'm the
32
superior
man
man,
bracket.
what the fuck are you gonna do about it? I'm the fucking president.
Exactly.
And if you
You
don't
gonna
like
fight
it,
me?
beat my ass so you could be the president.
What are you gonna do? Fight me? Oh wait, you did that
Exactly.
already.
All right.
Yes. That's like I said, that's why I love it. It takes away all the other things and just leaves you as yourself. And that's that's something I guess that I relate to with MMA, with martial arts fighting, is just like I am so like I like being in myself. I like being secluded in like just myself sometimes.
You're in
Like,
control of your own destiny.
yeah. And so like my alone time when I'm either playing my game or I'm watching a show or something like that time when I'm just doing what I want to do, I like that. And then maybe like something where I got to do a group activity. I'm like, I don't like that. And then I've started noticing that sort of thing in like with work. I can go do a job by myself and I like how I do it and I do it the way I want to and I'm satisfied with it. Let's say I do a group project with somebody, maybe they do something a little different and I'm like, that could be better. Then it started getting to sports, started getting to everything. And eventually it was just like, I like the way I do things. I feel like I have no excuses. If I lose a fight, I have no excuses. What I'm gonna be like,
You
oh,
only
my
have
corner
yourself to
didn't tell
blame.
me to do. Yeah. Well, my corner didn't tell me to keep my hands up. Of course he told me to keep my hands up. I got rocked because I dropped my hands. It's my fault. And I
Oh
love
yeah.
it. It's
Yeah.
my fault for everything. Mm.
While you're talking for the birthday,
Not right now, buddy.
why?
Because not right now, okay?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm going to the room. I'll see you in a sec, okay?
Why?
I love you. Little, little freaking.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
5.
You're 5 years old. He's a little
That's
mini
what's
me.
up, dog.
I
Jeez. I was
One
funny.
day he'll be out there cracking skulls too.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's gonna be able to use his wrestling though. I never could.
That's the thing, bro. These new generation kids, bro, they're coming from little training all aspects of martial arts. It's not like before where everybody was like, oh, I got a karate background, boxing background, whatever. And now I'm going to try to see what I can do in martial arts and mixed martial arts. Like, no, they're training from fucking 5, 6 years old, dog. And everything, wrestling, striking, fucking jujitsu, everything, cardio, all that shit. From little, they're training all those things. So, yo, this next generation, this next 20 years of martial artists that we're about to be introduced to, like, I'm so excited for the future.
Oh my God. Do you remember the Raul Rosas Jr.? He did a flying knee fake into a double leg takedown.
Yes.
That was sick. And I tried that out, and it does. Like, people will pick their hands up real high to like block that knee, and you just shoot in real quick, and all they can do is react. And if you're quick enough, if you got the right technique, you can take them down. Me, I messed up the takedown, but I got the reaction. It's the same as like how they used to mix it up where you fake the takedown and go for the overhand right. Now they're like, bro, we're faking the striking, going for the takedown. We're mixing it up even more.
Hell yeah.
So Tim, my cousin, he's in Florida and I'm in PA. So next time you do have a fight for 247, you definitely got to hit up Keepin It Blunt. We definitely got to come out there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. Like I said, June. I don't know where they'll be at in June. Probably Murraysville, maybe. They have a new venue that they just purchased. And it's going to be the Sunny Days Arena at the venue, and it's going to be ginormous. It's got a giant wraparound balcony for watching the fights, double level. They've got go-karts. So big, they've got golf carts in that thing. My bad, not go-karts, golf carts. It's huge. They're gonna have little they're gonna have restaurants in there, bars. It's gonna be huge. And I would love for my first fight back to be in there, but it probably won't be. But definitely that's gonna be the venue to pack it up and go out there and get knockout of the year. And I put it right next to my submission of the year trophy.
Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, man, we're fucking huge fans over here at Keepin It Blunt, man. We love it.
I appreciate that.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
I appreciate that. I'm loving the page. I'm loving the feedback. You guys are keeping me entertained, and it's not like some of the other pages where I'm like, okay, let's keep scrolling. It's like, let me stop and interact, and I'm actually getting something back, and it feels good too. So I love it.
Thank you.
I love what y'all are doing.
Thank you, man. We're trying to grow this MMA community, man. Hopefully we'll be big. We knock out the Nelk boys. Fuck them guys.
Those lamos, they don't talk to people. They talk at people. So
I like that.
Straight up, we the Keepin It Blunt boys.
I like
I love it. Keep it blunt.
That's the only way we know how to be, right, cousin?
Hell yeah.
Keep it blunt.
So what's up, cuz? You got anything more to add? You got anything you wanna add on?
The only thing I got nothing I want to add, but I definitely want to let everybody know that Mr. Timbo Slice is definitely he's solidified. He's a part of the Keepin It Blunt family now. He's more than welcome to come back whenever. Am I right, cousin?
Hell yeah, of course, bro. And we're gonna try to get a little watch party and shit like that on Facebook for like UFC 300. I want you in there. If you got the time, I would love to have you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Most definitely. Most definitely. And maybe hopefully in the future we can swing through. Me and my cousin slide in Michigan or something. I don't know. Get some lunch and hit a dojo.
Hey, for sure. Y'all can definitely come through. We do. People come in from all over to come train. We had a dude coming from Wisconsin. He had a family out here, and so he was just kind of doing the CrossFit. We're part of we share a building with a CrossFit gym. And he was down there doing CrossFit, and he seen us up top, and he was like, "Oh shoot, I do Muay Thai. Let me go up there and train with them instead of doing CrossFit. CrossFit ain't cool." So we gave him jiu-jitsu, gave us some Muay Thai. It was a great little trade. We love it. We're martial artists. We're passionate about it. So absolutely, if y'all are in town, Three Rivers Grappling Tour,
a little bit, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. Y'all are always welcome.
sure.
Thank you, man. We appreciate it. We love what you do, man. We appreciate you taking the time out of your day to fucking come on the show.
So, well, cousin,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I think America and the world is tired of hearing our voice. What do you think, cousin?
Yeah, man. It's about time to wrap it up.
All right. Well, you know what it is, baby. Thirsty Thursdays. We're bringing that juice. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Keepin' It
Timbo
Blunt.
Strikes in the building.
Hey, thank you guys.
Always
Thanks for
keep it
having me
blunt,
on.
man.
Always keep it blunt.
Hell yeah, dog.
Baby.